Welcome back to another double take with Daisy and I, where Daisy and I will take an inspiration piece and Daisy will find inspiration from the layout and I will try to replicate the layout as closely as I can. So Daisy picked out this inspiration piece by Marianne Perez, who used alt new products. She used the Live Your Dream collection, which you can find on the website, in order to create that layout. Now, as you guys all know, I don't have any of those products. That's what this whole series is about. So I'm going to try to recreate it using what I do have as closely as I can. So the first thing I noticed was the flowers. Now when I watched the video to see how she did it, she took pattern paper, she fussy cut all the flowers, and then she took a background pattern paper that was already done for her and glued everything down. So I don't have either one of those, and so now I'm going to have to recreate my own. So the first thing I did was I went through my stash and I went through every single piece of paper that I owed to try to find as closely as I can those flowers. What I did come across was this Dear Lizzie vellum paper that was made in 2012. It was from her, I don't even remember, Serendipity, I don't even know, but it doesn't matter. The point is I found that vellum collection or paper and I am going to fussy cut all those flowers, and when I did, oh my goodness, those papers against white just scream saturation, full of color, so bright and just beautiful. Next I had to recreate the background because, again, I don't have that background. So what I did was I took out my blender brushes that I just recently purchased and have yet to use, and a couple of Tim Holtz Distress inks. Now if you don't have blender brushes, that's okay. You don't have to have those. It's just another option for blending ink. You can use the Tim Holtz sponges that he has. I have those as well. And then if you don't have that, I just saw a tutorial where you could recreate your own for super cheap. You take a makeup sponge that is a triangle, fold it, and hot glue it into like a water cap, and voila, there is your blending tool, which I thought was genius. All right, so after I got done fussy cutting all of those flowers, I then ran them through my Xyron, and the reason why I like to run them through my Xyron is because anytime I use acetate or vellum, I don't want any of the adhesive to show. So when I got that done, with the magic of YouTube, or not YouTube actually, but editing, I placed those florals down on the background paper. Now I am going to add more to it. I just want to kind of see where everything was at. Now I did notice on the background paper that there was still a lot of white cardstock showing, and when I looked back at Miriam's layout, the pattern paper actually had some yellow in it, so I just added some more yellow, and then I'm going to finish up to where there's absolutely zero white cardstock showing. The only thing that kind of bothered me is this is textured cardstock, and even though I use the smooth side, you can still see the texture coming up from behind. So I just kind of had to get over it because that's what I had. Now she also used a tag to go behind her photo, and so I'm just taking scraps because anytime I can use scraps, I'm going to use it. So what I did was I just found this one that I really liked, the color that matched with the florals, and I thought I did a pretty good job. I can't cut a triangle to save my life, but yet I happen to this time. So after I got done making my tag, I then outlined it because I just felt like the cardstock was a little too kind of dull and boring for me, so I thought the outline really kind of dressed it up. Now I can't remember if Miriam matted her photo with any type of paper, but I am kind of a stickler when it comes to that. That's just something I like to do. Every once in a while I won't mat a photo. There is no right or wrong. It's just a matter of preference. So like I said, it's up to you what you like. Now, I mat my photo with just another, again, scrap piece of paper. Anytime I can go into my scrap bin, I always dig in there first. Speaking of scraps, I definitely want to make sure that I don't have any leftovers. That's kind of been my goal lately as I create. I don't want to have anything going back into my stash. So those flowers that you see there that are still on the Xyron strip, I'm going to make sure that I use them and just add more. So in the beginning, when you kind of saw me lay all the flowers down, I kind of want to still have that wide of a border, I guess you can say, kind of going down the layout. All right, so here I am just making sure that there's absolutely zero white cardstock showing, so I'm just kind of adding that yellow throughout any areas that needed to be touched up with some ink, and then I'm also going to do the same thing with the other colors. Once I get that done, I am also, I forgot to tell you, is I did kind of step away from her layout and kind of went off onto my own style, and that is just to create a triangle, a visual triangle. So I'm going to have it up on the top right, and then I'm also going to, just like in her layout, add some more flowers to the bottom of the photo. But first I want to finish off that tie with some twine. So I went into my stash, found this twine that matched perfectly, and I'm sorry that I am off camera. I'm going to realize that and kind of bring it back in. All I'm doing is just threading that twine around and around the tag. I just kind of want to do something different than the same loop that I do. I don't even know what the loop's called. I kind of do like the little rabbit ear, kind of one rabbit ear, and bring it through and tie it that way. But I just wanted something more. So I really like how I actually wrap around the twine several times. Kind of gives it a little bite to dimension, and then I just tie it in the back, and voila, it's done. All right, so again, here I'm adding those flowers. Now the one thing that I will say that every time I go to lay something down, it never goes exactly in the right spot. I do have a gap from the flowers to the photo. I kind of wish I would have brought over the photo more towards the flowers. I didn't. It's already stuck down. I definitely could not lift those pieces if I tried. I was already having a hard time kind of tucking some of the florals back in. So I just had to leave it without risking ruining the layout. All right, so now I've got my clusters, and I'm going back to what Marianne did. She used a wood button to go in the border of those flowers. I didn't have a wood button that really matched with the feel and the mood of this. So I just went to my Brad's, found these gemstones, and I'm going to use, or jewels, whatever you want to call them, gems or jewels, and I'm just going to make sure that I have one on each side. Now, if you don't have any florals that match like I didn't, you definitely can use a cut file. You could use stamps. I didn't have any stamps that would match with the florals. In fact, I don't even own any floral stamps, and I really didn't want to purchase any cut files. Like I said, I'm trying to do this all for $0 using my stash. So this is it. This is the final layout. I do hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to check out Daisy's link below. Her layout is absolutely exquisite. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. I would love to have you here, and you all have an amazing day. Bye.